One of the things that I did was I happened to use a spiritual antidote for a mental issue. That's all I knew. I didn't know that a mental illness required work outside of what I could do spiritually. So I moved to Pensacola in 2014. It was August of 2014. And I had big ambitions. I had really high expectations for myself. I had the goal all planned out. The mission was to declare a major in information technology. I was going to study IT for 4 years. I was going to graduate, get a really good job, which meant make a whole lot of money, of course. I wanted to be able to provide for my family financially as well as myself. The plan went downhill during my second semester when I got punched in the mouth. I heard Mike Tyson say one time, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. He wasn't lying. My entire plan changed. I got punched in the mouth and find myself back home. I medically withdrew from the University of West Florida due to depression. I found myself dealing with different symptoms that I couldn't identify with. I wasn't eating. I was isolating. I started drinking. And I'm not talking about a couple of beers here and there. I'm talking about that hard stuff. Anybody ever heard of Jamaican Appleton rum? I know nobody here touched that, but anybody heard of it at least? Yeah, that's what I was on. And I was drinking because I was trying to numb the emotional and mental pain that I was experiencing. See, I had these racing thoughts, and they kept me up at night. I couldn't sleep at all. Long story short, I was diagnosed with Major Depressive Disorder, also known as clinical depression. I was prescribed antidepressants for depression, and it was also recommended that I see a therapist at the time for depression. Now, I was raised in an African-American household, more specifically, a Jamaican household. We don't talk about depression. We don't talk about therapy, counseling, possibly taking medication for a mental illness. So going through all of this, I felt like I was struggling alone. I felt like I was by myself. I felt weak. I was ashamed because I couldn't shake this. And because I was raised in the church, I did what I always knew was best. I started praying. I started to feel these different feelings, and I went to God. Amen. But what I did was, throughout prayer, I realized that prayer wasn't enough. I was praying, you guys. I was praying. I went to God asking God, why? Why am I feeling this way? I realized real quickly that I was praying the wrong prayers. Instead of asking God why this was going on, I had to change my focus, change my perspective. Then started to ask God, okay, what can I learn? And how can I grow through this?